What's up, guys? It's Ghost. Welcome to my channel. This is another trade recap today of an insane move that we had in a beautiful setup that I'm going to be walking you guys through. You guys can always do this. This is one of my favorite zone breaks and retest trades. So let's get right into it. Today I was using midday session. I stayed patient. I had a couple trades in the morning, but the main trade I'm going to go over is this break and retest of a daily zone. So going into NQ, that was the main confluence ticker I used, and SPX. So going into the week, I told you guys I was using 15,222 as the main level for a bounce. And you can see yesterday we got that bounce. We caught that confluence later on, but nonetheless, that zone, bottom of the zone held. So coming into today's session, again, breaking that zone definitely is showing a lot of weakness into the market with NASDAQ. So you definitely want to pay attention to that zone breaking, that level breaking. So getting into the trade, what I was looking at is after we got that break, usually always the first hourly support, you can plot it. I plotted my first hourly support. We got within 7 points. It'll come back to retest the zone. So as you can see here, I have it as a demand. But so I didn't get confused. I did this right away, switched it over to a supply zone now. So now I'm looking for where could it retrace. So we did get already that retest of the bottom of the zone, and then they bounced it back up. So now finding where the next area of resistance will be, because I do still see this as a supply, and you want to treat it as such. So I did not chase calls up at that area once it got up that high, and I was looking to see if there was any weakness and where we can enter for some downside action. So I had to find my first few hourly resistances inside this daily zone that now that we've broken below are coming back to do a retracement. So I'm looking for a weakness. I'm looking to see if I can find that area where I could take some puts so I could take this trade back outside the zone. So I looked to find my first hourly resistances. I did have this marked out. I found these resistance levels. Pretty much how I treat it as like a daily demand. I'm treating it now also as a daily supply. And then going into that trade, now it was all about price action, reading price action. I used 15 minutes, had my confluence with SPX. So SPX had this hourly supply it was coming into. At the same time, I had these levels mapped out, and I was just staying patient for my entry. So coming into the first resistance on NQ, reason why I did not like to take puts here, it's because we got this nice strong push breaking out of the hourly on SPX. At that point, I had to stay patient. Maybe could have looked for some weakness above here. And if we did break above these areas, then the whole trade would have been voided, and we could have got up to pretty much sending it all the back up and retracing this whole down move. So I stayed patient, waited for the next resistance, watched the price action. As we were coming to this whole psych resistance level on SPX, 4,500, had my confluences. It was around power hours, so I had to stay patient, make sure my entry was good. And then I just waited to see the weakness or strength in the market at these levels. And as you can see on the 15 minutes, we did get a close. I still stayed patient. I waited for SPX to show me one more candle of weakness, and also NQ to follow suit. So once I seen both of the candles were giving us the weakness signal, I did enter my puts, had my price targets based off of NQ's first support, previous resistance, and also SPX's first support, previous resistance levels. As I said before, I am treating this like a daily zone break and retest. That is the strategy I am walking you guys through. So I am looking to take this trade price action outside the zone. So I'd like to have my runners hold it so I don't have to chase and enter the trade at a wrong time on a drawdown. So as soon as I got a pretty decent size percentage on my trade, I did trim out as much as I could, but I made sure to hold enough for the full move out. And as you can see, we got that push right to the bottom of the zone, and without any support, it just flushed right through. That is a break and retest of the daily zone. It's one of my favorite strategies. Contracts went over 1,000%. Usually volatility and IV spikes on the contracts. So it's something you guys should be aware of. Find that first hourly zone, support resistance, bounce it back to retrace an hourly resistance, and back out the trade to complete the whole cycle. This also happens with supply zone breaks above. Find the first resistance, retrace it back, find that support, and then take the trade back out. Hope you guys do enjoy this video. Follow and like for more educational strategies like this. Definitely going to be doing more of these. Appreciate you guys. Peace.